I train with Daren, and we train jiu-jitsu together, Brazilian
Oh,
jiu-jitsu
good. Okay.
together. So I've known him for some time.
Okay.
He has a great reputation amongst, the other students at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a personal relationship. So I just knew as soon as, he was the person that I was going to contact if there need be.
Okay. Yeah, and I've been doing a lot of research on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and there seems to be a lot of parallels with practicing law and the principles of Jiu-Jitsu, power, angles, timing, and pressure. I think those are very important for both, correct?
Absolutely. I would agree. 100%.
Did you ever work with any other PI attorney, personal injury attorney, before using Daren? Was it the first time?
Down here in Florida?
Anywhere. Anywhere.
I had a case in New York years ago that I worked with a different attorney then, yes.
And how would you compare the two?
It was a little different of a situation.
Okay.
I would definitely say that it was almost funny to me that Daren is very concerned with your personal health and your safety, and making sure that you take care of your medical needs and making sure that you take care of your health first. So that kind of threw me back a little bit, how much he stressed that. He never stressed the money. He never stressed the situation. It was always kind of like, make sure that you're getting your therapy, make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do. We'll take as much time as you need, so on and so forth. Completely different situation than the experience I had in New York. It was very different. It was very much pressure. I needed surgery as a result of my accident. There was a lot of pressure on get the surgery. Let's do this as fast as possible. Just kind of go through the motions and get it done. There wasn't. I don't ever remember just someone genuinely being concerned about my well-being.
Yeah, I've heard that. And also, in going along with that, the number one complaint about people who work with a personal injury attorney is lack of communication. How would you classify or describe Daren's communication with you?
I would say that it was more than sufficient. He contacted me well along the way. Again, and when I say sufficient, it was because he checked in on me more than he needed to, again, just to make sure that, hey, how's everything going? How are you feeling? It was genuine. He was genuinely concerned. And kind of switch gears. I've also recommended him to several of my family members, and they've had the same experience. That he checks in, he cares, he makes sure that you're doing your aftercare, that you're doing everything that you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. When was your accident?
Oh boy.
Roughly a year ago, a couple years ago?
Yeah, a year ago. I think the end of January last year.
What kind of accident was it? A rear end or T-bone?
Yeah, it was a rear end situation where I was at a red light. Two people were racing. They came through, smacked into me, barreled into a truck, into the oncoming traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Just a real knucklehead move, and wind up jamming up my back. And thank goodness it wasn't worse than it was. The situation. Right. My daughters were in the back seat of the car at the time.
Really?
Yeah. So, and that was too. He didn't. Had it been the other attorney, I took my daughters to get checked. My daughters were fine. There was no pressure for me to, hey, no, we need to have a case with your daughters, and you should really take it into consideration. It was kind of whatever I wanted to do and what I felt comfortable with. My daughters didn't want to pursue anything. They felt that they were fine, and Daren completely respected that.
Okay.
It never came up again.
Interesting. That's a very important, another great point. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
The personal injury category and all the TV ads and billboard ads, make it seem like it's almost like a joke getting into a car accident, in a wreck, get a check. That's not the way that's not the way Daren operates. But car accidents are no joke. I mean, you can just get tapped. You get injured. It's not a joke, right? I mean, It's serious stuff.
100%. So take it to me where I got rammed in the back, pretty hard, pushed me into oncoming traffic and spun my car around. Had minimal damage. My wife, who's never had a back issue in her entire life, she got tapped by someone. This is ongoing right now. She just the same thing. Just someone didn't stop for the red light.
Right.
Didn't do a ton of damage to the car. You would think that by looking at the car, you would think that she's fine, but no. You know, she's got messed up discs now in her back. A total, it's a life-changing experience sometimes. And the car doesn't always you know, show the degree of pain or injury that you may have, you know?
Right. No, we like to say, or I like to say, you know, if you've been hit, you've been hurt. I mean, it's not a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we make fun of my neck, my back, but it's true. Your neck and your back both get affected. And so that's why it's important to seek. So you have no doubt it's important to seek legal representation when you're in an accident, no matter what. I mean, no, don't be ashamed, don't be nervous, don't be the stigma is irrelevant to
just the time alone, like, you know, and for everyone, especially me, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a son, I have responsibilities, I have a job, I have places to be, and all of my time, you know, there's kind of a dollar sign on that time, and when I have to take away from my time to go to therapy and not be able to get around the same way that I used to get around. And also, and not even just that, it's the impact that it has on your life. Like me, I love jujitsu. I train constantly. I have to sit out from all that. I'm sitting at home now, just kind of sitting on my hands, staring at the wall. It's just one of those things where sometimes you need to be compensated for those things. You know, 100%.
Yeah, and insurance companies aren't our friends, and so it's important to have the representation. So. And then we'll end with this, Adam. So what do you wish everyone knew about getting into what to do or getting after an accident? What would be your advice to somebody?
Do, like Daren even told me, is the first thing that you do is you call the police and you get your police report going. Because
no matter what,
that's the first thing you want to do is get your police report, because that's going to be, you know, part of the foundation of what your attorney is going to need to represent you, and it's also lets everybody know who did what, you know, so on and so forth. And then the next thing you do is you call your attorney and let them know, hey, this is the situation that I was in.
Yep.
You know, and again, it's just one of those things where not everybody knows all the steps to take. And having that representation is going to help you get to the right doctors, help you get to the right people that can actually help you. And that's what's super important on having the right representation, not just sending you to some doctor that's just trying to push you through the cycle to make sure that somebody gets a paycheck at the end of the day. No, sending you to people that actually are genuinely concerned for your well-being. Gotcha. Genuinely concerned for your well-being. And Daren is absolutely genuinely concerned for your well-being.
Okay. That's it, Adam. I think that was another great testimony. Daren's got some big fans behind him.
No, I wouldn't recommend him. I'm telling you right now, he's doing he's assisting my wife. He helped my father-in-law that still has an ongoing case going on. I can't tell you how much of a stand-up guy he's been. He truly has. And then again, and he doesn't. You can just feel it coming. You can feel it coming off of him that he's not an ambulance chaser, if you know what I mean.
Right.
You know, he's not a guy that's just out looking for a check. He gives you the feeling that it's like, hey, you can take it or leave it. Either way, just take my advice. That's really that's how he came to me and told me from the beginning, hey, whether you want to pursue legal action or not, just take my advice. Make sure that you go and get your back checked. Make sure that you're taking these steps. Make sure that you're protected. That's the most I can say. He's a great guy. All
right. So those are, look, I can't say anymore. Those are fantastic words, and we appreciate your time. And
yeah, for sure.
We're good, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Talk to you later. All right. Thanks, Adam.
Absolutely. Bye.